Hello and welcome to another video with me, Steve England Outdoor Learning. Mushrooms, a subject of great interest worldwide. I'm here in Bristol, a place called Albury Court in Bristol today, and we're on the lookout for one particular species of mushroom called the beefsteak mushroom. The first thing that's really important is you have to have a good identification book and know your stuff, because foraging can be dangerous, but on the same token, if you get it right, it can be really great fun, and it's really nice to be able to come out in this environment and forage for mushrooms safely. So today we're on the hunt for the beefsteak mushroom. So what time of year am I likely to find the beefsteak mushrooms? Well, we're in September now and it's the start of the mushroom season. So any time from early September right the way through to November. Okay, so I found what I think is an oak. So how do I identify an oak tree? Well, first of all, if you look at the bark on the oak tree, they have a very deep tread on them, very similar to car tyres and lorry tyres, a very deep tread. And if you look at the base of the tree as well, you'll always find the leaves. And this is the host tree for the mushroom that we're looking for today, the beefsteak mushroom. So let's go and see if we can find some. So mushroom foraging is not always easy. Sometimes you really have to work for it. You can check 1 in 100 trees. If you're lucky, you might find one beefsteak if you're lucky. So I've checked 4 trees and nothing yet, but I'm not going to give up. Like I said, you know, you have to work for it. So I'm going to carry on now and see if I can find another oak tree. That's an oak tree, that's an oak tree. Come on. Oh! Hello! Oh, another one. Okay, so these are potential beefsteak mushrooms, and what I need to do now is do some ID checks just to confirm that what I'm looking at, it is what it says in the book. And if I go to my reference book, and here we go. It's a bracket fungi, yes. Growing on an oak tree, yes. Gelatinous, very gelatinous. So I'm going to cut the mushroom off now with my trusty knife, and all I do is simply just find where it meets the tree and simply slice it off at the base like that. And then I have my beefsteak. Underneath the mushroom, you see it's white there. That's where they release their spores, just there. And on the top, you have this gelatinous coating of red jelly. And one of the other identification factors for this mushroom is when you cut them like that and they oxidize like that, they've gone red, is when you squeeze them like this, they ooze a red juice. You see this? Mushroom blood. Look at that. Hang on, here it comes. There you go. You see the red juice dripping on my hand. And only the beefsteak mushroom does this. Okay, so we're back at base camp and I've got my beefsteak mushroom. I've got my nice little brown trout on the go, which I caught down in the river. And so I've brought with me some pickled wild garlic flower buds, which I got back in the spring. Some nice cracked black peppers. And here I have some lovely blackberry syrup, which I made. And some cooking oil with a twist of lemon. And I have a bit of butter as well. Sometimes it really does pay not to overdo things. Sometimes less is more in certain foods. And I think that's going to be the case today with the beefsteak mushroom, because it contains a lot of flavour and I don't want to lose the flavour of the beefsteak mushroom. I want it to come through and I don't want to drown it with other ingredients. So I'm just taking all the flesh off the trout. This is the easiest way to do it with a fairly small fish like this, just without having to go through the hassle of trying to fillet a fish of this size. You can simply just run a fork down the skeleton once it's cooked and the flesh comes off in lovely big chunks like this. Okay, so I've got my beefsteak mushroom now, and I'll show you how I prepare it ready for cooking. And one of the things with the beefsteak mushroom, on the bottom of the beefsteak, you've got that white coating is where they release their spores. I'm going to get rid of that. And also that gelatinous coating on the top. You see I've got a cross section there, so that's going to come off now. I'm just going to cut that off and remove that, because that's going to be quite tough and I don't want it to be tough like that. So I get rid of the spores, and then I get rid of the jelly on the top, like so. And then I'm left with a nice core of meat. Now you can eat these mushrooms raw. They're perfectly fine to eat raw. But today, I'm going to cook some. I have my pan on standby, and then we'll get these in the frying pan with some nice Irish butter. Whoa, see how we get on with that. That's hot. Woo! And now I'm just going to season them with a little bit of sea salt, some cracked black peppers, and I want to give this a little bit of a kick actually. So what I'm going to add to it are some chopped up jalapenos, just to give it a little bit of a kick, and a good old squeeze of lemon. Look at that sizzling. Oh, the smell is amazing. The smell that's come out. If there was only smell-o-vision and you guys could smell what I could smell, it's amazing. Okay, so I've had them cooking now for about 3 minutes, and that's plenty. And what I'm going to do is I'm not just going to chuck it on my plate. I'm going to serve them on a bed of the wood sorrel that I foraged earlier. So I've got my nice bed of wood sorrel, and now I'm going to serve my butter pan-fried beefsteak mushrooms on top. Beautiful, look at that. Couple of jalapenos just for that little bit of kick. And now I'm going to add my wild garlic pickles, a little bit more salt. And now for the pièce de résistance is my blackberry vinegar. I'm going to drizzle my blackberry vinegar because I'm going to get that sweet hit, and I'm going to get the colour too. Just going to drizzle all over. Look at that. I think we are ready to go. There you go, look at that. From the land, from the river, I've got the trout from the river, the mushrooms from the woods, the wood sorrel from the riverbank, everything that you need, the blackberries from the local. This literally is a meal off the land. Let's go and sit down and have something to eat, shall we? Well, there you go. So we've been out foraging for the beefsteak mushroom today. We found the beefsteak in the end. Oh, wow. Oh, that is incredible. And as we've demonstrated today, you know, but going out foraging for mushrooms is fun, but you have to do it in a very safe manner. And it's really important that you guys, if you go foraging, you must ensure that your identification is 100%. Carry a book with you, do your identification checks. And the bottom line is, if you're not sure, leave it alone, forget about it. Go on a professional course and learn how to be able to do this. And if you can do that, then you can forage safely. And really important that you forage sustainably as well. Only ever take what you need and not what you want. There's a massive difference between the two. So wherever you guys are, please ensure that you get your identification right. And like I said, it's fun. And you could end up with a little gourmet meal exactly like what we've got today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and stay safe. Woo!